Day 2 of arguments for sentencing in the Oscar Pistorius trial has been adjourned, and what an interesting day it was. We'll start off by discussing what happened at the beginning of the proceedings today. Oscar Pistorius' manager Piet van Zyl was cross-examined by Gerrie Nel, and he had to admit, Mr. van Zyl had to admit, under that pressure from Gerrie Nel, that a lot of the charitable giving and the charitable events that Oscar Pistorius attended were often to Mr. Pistorius' own financial benefit. Barry Roux was very quick to smooth that over by pointing out that Oscar Pistorius had footed the bill for many of his charitable excursions himself, even though he did have a budget from different sponsors for giving to charity. A really interesting part of today, and the part that everybody's talking about on social media, is the testimony given by Annette Vergeer. She's a social worker, and in working and speaking to Oscar Pistorius and the defense, she believes that he is an unsuitable candidate for South African prisons. She said that given his disability and the fact that he is remorseful and willing to give back to the community, Oscar Pistorius shouldn't be sent to prison, but should rather serve a correctional supervision sentence. That means house arrest, where he'd have to do community service. Now, Vergeer was very collected when she read from a statement to Barry Roux, but that all came crumbling down under cross-examination by Gerrie Nel, where she was put on the spot and became rather stroppy and defensive when Gerrie Nel asked questions like, had she visited every prison in South Africa? Did she realize that there are some correctional services or correctional services facilities where Oscar Pistorius could be cared for properly? Vergeer and Nel really did lock heads through most of the day today, but a very interesting revelation actually came out after court. Journalists on the scene started tweeting about a financial arrangement between Oscar Pistorius and the Steenkamps. It appears that Oscar Pistorius reached an agreement with the Steenkamps that he would pay them 6,000 Rand a month. Now, you'll remember that Riva was financially supporting her parents, and when Riva was killed, her parents, who live in Port Elizabeth, were left in a financially precarious situation. According to the Steenkamps lawyer, the last payment made by Oscar Pistorius to the Steenkamps was last month. And now that the Steenkamps are in a position to pay the money back to Oscar Pistorius, they'll do so and take no more money from him because, as he said, June and Barry Steenkamp don't want any blood money from Oscar Pistorius. We'll be keeping you updated on the Oscar Pistorius story. Stay tuned to News 24 Live.